The future of RuneScape combat is releasing soon, like coming Monday soon. Let's talk about it, so whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Now, there's a 100% chance you can hear I'm still sick. I've been trying to record a video all week, but my voice still hasn't fully recovered. I have no idea what kind of flu I caught earlier this week, and it's been terrible, honestly. However, it did give me an even better reason to consume copious amounts of tea all day. I think on average, I've been drinking like 2.5 pots of tea, large pots of tea that is, per day. So that's positive. With that being said, there are two reasons I'm recording this video right now. One, these two updates are quite important, and I know there's people out there that simply watch my videos, don't keep an eye on streams, news posts, and so on. And two, I've got my birthday coming up. I'll be turning 24, so I won't actually have time to create a video. So, the future of RuneScape combat. I've covered the beta and the changes in a previous video, but as a quick recap, what is going to change coming Monday? Ranged, magic, and melee will function similar to necromancy, where you deal damage based on how much accuracy you have on your target. This means that if you have 50% accuracy, you'll be dealing 50% of your maximum damage. The main benefit here is that you'll be able to feel like you're progressing through a fight even if you're splashing a lot, because you won't be splashing unless you have incredibly low accuracy. The odds of you hitting a critical strike and the damage you deal with it will also be simplified based on your critical strike chance and your critical strike damage. If you have 40% increased damage, you'll be dealing 40% extra damage on a critical strike. 50% means 50% more damage. It's worth noting that the maximum amount of base critical strike damage you'll get from leveling your stats will be 50% at level 90, not the previous tested 60%. By the way, before, according to Mod Sponge, you could deal less damage despite having a critical strike, which should now never happen because you're getting a flat increase.
If you rolled in the top 95%, you were a crit, but that doesn't mean you've done more damage. It just means we're showing you a hit splat. But then if you had, say, a Reaver's Ring that had a chance to force a crit, you could be losing damage, technically.
Whack.
Whack.
We don't want that.
If you'd rolled 100% damage, and then we've said, you crit, we're going to re-roll you, but now you're in the top 95, so you could hit 95% damage.
Speaking of critical strikes, if you're a melee user, you're going to be very happy, as every single combat style will have the 30,000 hit cap, or damage cap. The combat style that benefits the most from this, of course, is melee due to the high hitting abilities and special attacks you can place on your UF. On the topic of abilities, every single combat style that isn't necromancy will have its abilities buffed. For ranged, this is about 12% on average. For magic, 9.1%, and for melee, just shy of an average of 13%. This sounds like a pretty big buff, but may not be all that noticeable in practice due to how the way damage boost per level will be changed. What will be noticeable, however, are the quality of life changes, like Surge, Dive, and Escape being able to be cast off global cooldown, so pretty much whenever you tap the ability, even mid-boss mechanic or when you're activating an ability, which is just fantastic. When casting channeled abilities, you'll get visual feedback in the form of a bar on your screen, making RuneScape combat look far more modern. Some not so noob-friendly abilities like Fury will no longer be a channeled ability in a simple one-tap, one-hit ability, just like the greater version of it. Abilities will now be highlighted when you're tapping them on your action bar, making it easier to follow creators and streamers in their videos and content, or just for yourself as visual feedback. There is more to the update, like little bug fixes and visual changes, and of course special attack changes, but in essence, what this entire update is a massive quality of life patch to the RuneScape combat system. Will this update make everybody use magic, ranged, and melee over necromancy? No, I don't think so. And the mods know this just as well as I do.
Why isn't the average player affected in practice by the beta? They still prefer Necro. That's a core problem where Necro is much simpler to use.
It's intuitive.
A more modern style. This is kind of the first step.
But is this update important for the future of the game? Absolutely, and I wouldn't be surprised if the other combat styles get brought up to 120 just like Necromancy following these improvements. The other big announcement, of course, is Runefest. It's the first Runefest in 5 years, as the last Runefest was in 2019. The first bit of information was released on a livestream with the legendary mod Mark, in addition to mod Sween and mod Doom. In short, Runefest is happening on the 7th and 8th of September 2024 in the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham, the United Kingdom. You'll be able to buy tickets on the 27th of March around midday GMT, costing £175 unless you're one of the first 500, then it costs £150 British pounds. These tickets will give you full access to Runefest, and in addition, the larger event that's happening at the same time called the Insomnia Gaming Festival. It's worth noting that buying the cheaper Insomnia only tickets will not give you access to Runefest.
Can I go the cheaper route and buy an Insomnia ticket and use that to get me into Runefest?
So that won't be a cheaper option. We know that you will be able to buy an Insomnia ticket and then upgrade to Runefest, but I'll be honest with you and say that's just some stuff that we've just talked about in very kind of preliminary ways. Your Runefest ticket, buying your ticket for Runefest will be the best way for you to
When you go to Runefest, get a Runefest ticket.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While this is fairly exciting news, I'm not entirely sure if I want to go yet personally. Part of me just wants to go to meet any of you watching who might be going and fellow content creators, but there are a couple of reasons that may keep me from going, some of which are personal. If any of you watching are going to Runefest, be sure to let me know down in the comments below. With that being said though, I'm going to go back to being sick. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.